Hello everybody, thanks for watching this video. In today's tutorial, I will tell you that how we can use cursor in our SQL Server application. Cursor or cursor plays a key role in your applications because if you want to operate your select queries, or you can say that select query is returning some data and you want to operate this data, and you have to use cursor. Cursor can decrease the performance of SQL Server. That's why we should try to avoid using of cursor. To overcome from this problem, we can use stored procedure. I want to say that if you want to use cursor and this is then necessary for you, then you can implement your cursor in stored procedure. So we will discuss about all the things. First of all, I want to tell you that how we can use cursor. Actually, to implement a cursor, we have to follow some steps. I am going to tell you that what kind of steps we have to take to perform our cursor. First of all, you have to declare your cursor. Then you should write the SQL command which will return some data and you will operate that data. So after declaration of cursor, you have to implement your select command, then open cursor. This is my third step. In open cursor, your cursor will be ready for execution. After that, you have to read the data from the cursor and put that data into your local variable. So we have to use fetch next from db cursor into id, right? Now we have some global variable like fetch status, fetch underscore status, and row counter. These variables are used to find that cursor has some value or row or not. Then begin your statement. After that, you have to close your cursor. After closing your cursor, the data will be released. And last and final step is deallocate your cursor. Actually, deallocate keyword is used to release all the memory which was occupied by your cursor. So whatever steps I told you, I will teach you in example. So let's begin with an example. Here I am going to make a cursor. I create a local variable. After creation of this local variable, my local variable name is underscore id, @id, and my local variable data type is integer. Now, as I told you, the first step is declaration of cursor. In this command, I declare my cursor by using declare keyword. db cursor, this is my cursor name. Cursor name are user defined cursors. Then cursor for is a keyword. After for, you have to write your select command. Select id from login where uname equals to AA. Actually, I am using a table. My table name is login, and this table have some fields like id, this is my auto increment field, uname, password, and name. So I am writing command here that I want that data whose name is AA. It means I am talking about this row, right? So next step is open db cursor. Open db cursor will open your cursor. Fetch next from db cursor into underscore @id. It means that whatever data is written by the cursor, it will go in under @id. So now I will write a while statement. This is a conditional statement, and I am using here fetch status. It is my global variable @fetch status. If your cursor have any row, it will return some value. That value is 0. It means that this loop should be executed up to fetch status equal to 0. Then I use begin print id. It means that this command will return some id and I will print this id on the application. And fetch next from dbCursor into id and close cursor. This is my close keyword and deallocate. So execute this command. So see that it's written 1. It means uname have one id, right? Now it's a very simple example. I am going to take another example, that is, which is somehow similar to previous example, but it will return some more values, more than one value, right? Declare full name varchar 50, declare dbCursor cursor for select top 3, uname password from login. Here I am getting topmost 3 rows from the table and I am combining two field value by using this from login table. Open dbCursor, fetch next from dbCursor 1 into full name. Full name is my local variable name. While fetch status equal to 0, begin fetch next from dbCursor into full name. Print full name, close and deallocate. You will see the output. Here this is my uname and this is my password. This is my uname and this is my password. Now this is my uname and this is my password. So it's returning 3 rows and I combine these 3 rows together. Now another example is showing some status. So you can show here the status of your application. Declare full name varchar dbCursor correct top 3 rows. Here were similar to previous examples, so there is no need to describe it again. So as I told you that cursor will decrease the performance of your SQL server, so you can use your cursor in SQL server also, in procedures also. So in this example I will tell you that how we can implement our cursor in stored procedure. To implement our stored procedure, or you can say cursor, you have to write some command, create proc cursor proc. Here I repeatedly change my stored procedure to implement cursor in stored procedure. That's why I have used alter, because I have already created it. Alter proc cursor proc, this is my stored procedure name. Then as keyword, now I am going to write a body of my cursor. I am writing here a local variable name, declare full name as varchar, declare sp cursor, this is my cursor name, cursor for uname password from login. It means that I am combining 2 field value together from login table. Now open cursor, fetch next from sp cursor into full name. While fetch status I put equal 0, then execute it. You will find the output now. Close and save. So if you execute this stored procedure, it will execute successfully. Then execc. This is to execute my stored procedure, you have to use execc, which I described in previous videos. This is my procedure name, and this procedure is executing your cursor, and after execution of your cursor you have the answer. Now if you want to print 2 values which was written by the cursor, you have to use this method, alter proc cursor proc, declare full name as varchar. Now I am using my cursor in stored procedure because to improve the performance of your SQL server. Now declare full name and id, these are my 2 local variables, full name which is varchar type and id. Declare sp cursor for select uname password id from login. Open cursor, fetch next from sp cursor in full name comma id. Here I am using my both variables, both local variables because I want to use in those variables. Here we are getting two fields, select uname, password and ID, right? And I am putting those fields value in my local variables. Fetch status equal to 0, fetch next from XP cursor, then I am printing the data full name plus ID. So as we know that print will execute your varchar or character type value, so we have to do conversion our ID value into varchar. So execute this procedure. You will see the output. Here I have my first name, uname and password are combined, and this is my ID. In this example, I told you how we can use two variables or two values written by the SQL queries implement, right? Another example have if condition. If condition after proc, cursor proc, declare full name, ID is the same as I told you previously. Next from fetch status. Now I am getting the value of ID and I want to do comparison with this ID. If ID equals to 3, update login, set uname Yogesh where, or you can say this is my Websoft, where ID equals to @ID. I am updating my data and you will see the final output. EXEC cursor proc. Okay, now once affected, it means it updated data from ID 3. I already Websoft, that's why it's updated. So in this video you learned about the cursor. If you want to implementation, if you want to know about anything, then you can connect with our blog also. Please follow us. My blog have URL http://websoftcreation.blogspot.in. You can follow us. I will mention all the videos related data over here, so you can follow us. Thank you for watching this video.